Today, we will be talking about the ways in which the media portrays the religion of Islam. In America, over the course of the past few years, there has been a trend developing among the people called Islamophobia. What is Islamophobia? It is defined as the dislike of or prejudice against Islam or Muslims, especially as a political force. And one main culprit that we will be discussing is the media, and what information is being provided about specific topics relating to Islam. The media tends to not provide the entire story about something relating to a controversial thing or idea, such as Islam, in order to sway the viewers in their direction of thought.
But it's the media too. The report concludes that while Western media often portrays Muslims as the perpetrators of violence in an increasingly hostile political atmosphere, in reality, they're the victim.
These days, it feels like Islamophobia is a socially acceptable form of bigotry.
From this standpoint, Muslims are considered to be the victims of the media's biased portrayal. So, how does the media portray Islam? The media often describes the religion to be a violent and upside-down practice. This is often because many parts of the religion, or verses from the Quran that seem violent, are often taken out of context, portraying that aspect of the religion or book to mean something that it doesn't. This process that the media follows in delivering their facts results in the spread of Islamophobia in America. Listen to a few of these facts, gathered by our expert researchers, that contradict what the media often explains about Islam. According to Aaron Kearns, the news covers terrorism by Muslims significantly more than by other perpetrators. This shows just how the media wants the public to view American Muslims. There have been over 1,000 terrorist attacks in Europe over the past 5 years, and Muslim extremists have committed only 2% of those attacks. It takes little intelligence to figure out that Islamophobia and the fear of terrorists in America has increased since September 11, 2001. But where's all this fear of Muslims being derived from?
Now the real question here is, where does the fear come from? The fear comes from the radical Muslims. These radical Muslims misinterpret the Quran. The Quran didn't tell us to go around killing and bombing innocent people just because they're not sharing the same religion as us, Muslims.
So it seems that a main source to this fear is misinterpretation of religious meanings, not only by radical Islamists, but also by the media.
Sadly, many people get their information based on biased media that wants to get more views and more attention. Also, there's some media show that if you're an Arab, you're a terrorist right away. It's like a simple math equation. An Arab, you call a terrorist.
Our final topic to discuss with you all today is the fact that the media often takes the facts of a specific situation and skews the truth in ways to help them, whether this is to create a better story or persuade the viewers one way. This topic is very relevant in today's news reports. This idea is more commonly referred to as fake news. Different news channels tend to try to sway people in different ways, which leads to mixed meanings of the same fact from different reports. For example, after a poll surveying the percentage of Muslims that feel jihad or fighting other religions for disagreeing with Islam is just or not, we'll start by watching this first report from Fox News, which is known for taking a conservative standpoint on this topic.
Now, many Muslims describe Islam as a religion of peace, but a 2015 poll by the Center for Security Policy suggests otherwise. Now, when asked if violence against Americans here in the U.S. can be justified as part of, quote, global jihad, 25% of Muslim Americans polled said yes. Joining us now.
Notice how in this report, the percentage of Muslims who feel that jihad violence is just is the focal point. Reports like these make Islam seem all bad. Now here is the same poll, but being delivered in a different perspective. This is because CNN has a more liberal viewpoint.
Yeah, this is from 2013. In most countries where the survey asked Muslims about religious extremism, more than 75% say suicide bombing and other forms of violence against civilians is rarely or never justified. To me, that doesn't sound like the sort of violent Islam that I hear you describing.
Now notice how in this report, rather than mentioning the percentage of Muslims that feel jihad violence is just, it focused mainly around the percentage of Muslims that do not feel it is just. This proves that not only the facts covered affect how the public views information, but also how different perspectives can affect it too. To conclude our session, we sincerely hope that all you listeners out there really learned something today. and maybe even have a few new things to think about when tuning into the news reports mentioning Islam. Thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.